It feels nice to be back in the win column, Chiefs Kingdom. You're watching the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. My name is Jay Sanderson. Today, we're going to talk about some questions that arose after yesterday's victory, with the first one being, is this the best defense in the NFL? Secondly, are the Chiefs the team to beat in the AFC? Those were the top two teams that played yesterday with the Chiefs and the Dolphins. Chiefs came out on top. Are they the team to beat? Along with, now you get the bye week. What does this mean for the Chiefs? How are they going to rest? How are they going to recuperate? And what exactly is going to happen this upcoming weekend? Then to next week with this bye week. We have it all for you on today's show. Victory Monday is as sweet as ever for the seventh time. 21-14 was an absolute wild score of a game. And I don't think that score really tells the picture of what happened. But I can say this. It feels nice that that game was one of the less stressful games until the fourth quarter. In fact, overall, this team played probably the best half of football it played in the entirety of the season in the first half, going up 21-0 with the defense being absolutely stellar. Mahomes having a pretty decent game, 185, 2 touchdowns. He did have that fumble, though, which was in a critical moment. Tough to have. Would like to clean that up a little bit, but again, this defense played well against the top offense in the NFL. The stats for the Dolphins, well, I'm going to say they were held in check if you look through what exactly the Dolphins offense was able to do in yesterday's game versus the Chiefs. You held them under 300 yards. That's great. But the number that I don't like on this whole list is that 5 yards per play. That's a little bit more than I would like, but at the same time, when you're holding the top offense, top scoring offense in the National Football League to 14 points in a game that was technically prime time. I don't really know what to call it in the 8:30 a.m. morning. Obviously, it was 3:25 in Germany, but that was kind of a crazy game. You held them to under 300 yards. You also arrived later than them. There's the whole kind of spiel about, the team who arrives early always wins. No, the team who is better always wins, and that was the Chiefs. And might I remind you, the Dolphins players, they were kind of first in a lot of categories. Tua Tagovailoa, before the game, he was first in passing yards. Tyreek Hill, he was first in receiving yards. Raheem Mostert, he was first in rushing touchdowns. You want to know what happened? Tua fumbled the ball on the last snap of the game in a key fourth down opportunity. Tyreek Hill literally maybe gave the Chiefs the win. Fumbled the ball that ended up being a 21-point advantage with the Mike Edwards pitch back to Brian Cook, and Raheem Mostert was held in check until the last drive of the game, scoring just one touchdown. I don't know about you, but key players didn't really matter. And I think that starts with the best defense in the NFL. That's what we're going to talk about today. And I will start with this. Even the players are noticing it. Nate Taylor got this quote from Travis Kelce yesterday after the game saying, I can probably tell you halfway through the season that this is the best defense I have ever played with. Well, let's kind of back that theory. Obviously, it may be the best defense he played for, but what exactly does this mean? Is this the best defense in the NFL? Let's look at their ranks. So in terms of yards per game, they're fourth in the NFL, allowing 288.2. They allowed just over 290 to the Dolphins, so right on track there. They're second in points per game at 15.9. The only team that is better, that'd be the Baltimore Ravens, which, by the way, had a pretty good game yesterday. So we'll have to watch out for them. The one thing that maybe is lacking in terms of possibly calling this team the best defense in the NFL is the turnovers. They have forced 13, which is tied for seventh with a lot of other teams. I would like to see a little more of that, but at the same time, they're doing their job in terms of stopping the opposition. Now, Patrick Mahomes also weighed in on this defense, saying yesterday in a post-game interview, it's got to be a top defense in the NFL. And I think he's probably right. I don't really see too many defenses that are better than this one. The Ravens are the only thing that maybe could be close, but I agree with Patrick here. I think this could be the top defense in the NFL, especially, again, Miami was the number one scoring offense. Number one. And you held them to 14 points. I don't know about you, but that screams NFL's top defense to me. But I want you to weigh in on this topic. Do you agree with me? Is this the best defense in the NFL? Type Y for yes or type N for no. Again, National Football League is filled with a lot of good defenses, but man, this Chiefs D has been absolutely stellar, and I honestly did not expect it. Type Y for yes, type N for no. All right, the AFC conference here, let's kind of look if the Chiefs are the team to be the favorites to win the AFC. If we look at the, let's just say, top teams, I would call them, Although it's just based on records, the Steelers are confusing down there. But everything else, I agree with being the top team. Chiefs, Ravens, Jaguars, Dolphins, Steelers. Out of these teams, I think the Chiefs are 100% the team to beat. The thing is, you also got to look at the Bills, who lost last night, to the Bengals, who I think are also a top team to mention. And here's the one thing. I will say this. If the Chiefs go to the AFC Championship game, I'm getting my tickets from Game Time because Game Time is the easiest way to get your tickets for sports, music, comedy, theater, literally anything you want, you can go get it. In fact, I am an Oklahoma State grad, and I went to Bedlam this past weekend, and I got my tickets off Game Time the day of. Literally the easiest thing ever. I woke up in the morning and said, you know what, I'm going to do it. Drove down, got my ticket while driving. It was the cheapest on the market, and I got there, easy, great seat. I knew exactly what was going. It was the best thing ever because Game Time took the guesswork out of buying tickets for me, and we have a special code for Chiefs Report watchers. If you go to Game Time, download the app, and then go to the redeem code section after you create an account, type in Chiefs Chat. You're going to get $20 off your first purchase. It's a deal you cannot miss out on. I promise you it's worth it. And Game Time, on top of which, is obsessed with finding new deals. They're going to have flash deals. They're going to have zone deals. And they're going to show you everything you need to do to get the best price guaranteed. Game Time will also get you the zone deals, like I mentioned. That's going to save you an average of 18% on your tickets. Plus, Game Time will have the Game Time guarantee, where if you find tickets in the same section and row for less, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code ChiefsChat for $20 off your first purchase. Again, terms apply. Create an account and redeem code CHIEFSCHAT for $20 off. Download Game Time. Last-minute tickets at the lowest price guarantee. Okay, I mentioned the Bills, and the reason I mentioned them is because they're the top, or rather the second best team in point differential. And this is even including last night's loss to the Cincinnati Bengals, which was a close one, so the point differential didn't go where. The team that scares me up there is honestly the Ravens, but plus 65 when we know that this offense is capable of more is great. You can see the 49ers, you can see the Cowboys, they're in the NFC, don't have to worry about them until the Super Bowl is the hope there. But this offense is going to get going. I can feel it coming. It's just not here yet. And I think we almost just need to kind of stay put, and part of me hopes this bye week can give them the exact thing they needed. Rashee Rice has looked good as of late. MVS has had some better games. Sky Moore had probably one of his best games of the year yesterday. We can see this offense coming out in small spurts. It's just slowly kind of pushing. They're getting there slowly, inching better and better each week. But the problem is this. Small spurts is not going to work for long. You need to kind of figure something out. The thing that I will point to, though, as to why I think this offense is on the cliff of being that well and being good, you scored 21 yesterday, basically without Travis Kelce. Yesterday, he had 3 receptions for 14 yards and averaging just under 5 yards a catch. Well, here's the thing. That was 21 points without Kelce, basically. I mean, he was bracketed. People were kind of describing him as a decoy yesterday, but watching the tape back, it wasn't necessarily that he was a decoy. He was just getting bracketed. They had literally a quarterback on him every single time. No matter if he was blocking or not, they always had someone specifically assigned to Kelce. And then on top of which, they were bracketing him with the safety if he went over top. If he was down low, the linebacker was always following him around. I don't know if he was necessarily a decoy, which maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. I'm sure that helps because obviously it takes away defenders. But the fact that you can get 21 points is pretty good without your best wide receiver. And I say best wide receiver, meaning it literally. In fact, although he had the short game, Travis Kelce did something amazing yesterday. Fox Sports tweeted this out saying, after passing Hall of Fame tight end Tony Gonzalez, Travis Kelce has become the all-time leading receiver in Chiefs franchise history with 10,941 receiving yards. Pretty good name to pass right there if you ask me. And listen, it may have been a slow game, but let's give a little congratulations to Travis Kelce. We already knew he was the best tight end of all time. We already knew he was probably one of the best Chiefs of all time, but now we can say that he has the most receiving yards of all time as a Chief. And I got to say it, he's got a lot more to come for him. Type 87 in the comments below of today's video. We want to congratulate Travis Kelce with an official Chiefs report. Congratulations. Get in the comments. Takes 2 seconds. Type 87. In fact, I'll give you a little bit to do that right now. All right, let's go here with the next 5 weeks for the Chiefs. I talked about the bye coming up, but this schedule only gets harder as the season goes on. Before the season, we talked about how this was a very, I'm not going to say backloaded season, because there was some hard teams in the front part. There was some tough, 9 weeks in a row on the start right off the bat. It's pretty tough. The Lions ended up being a really good team. You have the Broncos that you lost to. I mean, you shouldn't have, but that happens when you go into a snow game, Mahomes with the flu. Things happen. But I will say this second half of the season, in terms of on paper, looks harder than the first. And it starts with the Eagles on Monday Night Football in Week 11 after coming back from the bye. Listen, I like the Andy Reid's coming off a bye against the Eagles. I feel confident in that. You're in Arrowhead. It's going to be popping. I like that, but you also got the Bills in Week 14. The Bengals come along later as well. You're going to have to play the Raiders twice and the Chargers to end out the season. This back half is a little tougher than the first. I believe in the Chiefs. I think this bye week, though, is coming at the first perfect time. Now, what to expect from the bye? Well, there's a lot of things going on with the Chiefs. First of all, they need to get back to America. They flew back last night. They're going to try and maybe take a couple days off. Is that my expectation with the bye week? You're going to have some time to just maybe rest, recuperate. They'll have some practices, but it's not going to be full pads, all that stuff. Good thing is, Andy Reid did say there is no injuries to report on, so I won't have to worry about something coming back. Richie James probably will be back after the bye week. He has this 21-day practice window opened up this past week, so I would expect him to be back. So there's a lot of things that could go on with the Chiefs. I will say for the channel here, we're going to be putting out videos every single day. So don't worry. During the bye week, we still have you covered. Make sure you're subscribed here. We're putting out bye week changes. We're putting free agent targets to come up. We have our live show tomorrow that I would love for you to be a part of. We're going live at 3 p.m. tomorrow right here on the Chiefs Report. I would appreciate if you join. We're going to have fun. We're going to party. We're going to have producer Sam with us. It's going to be a good time, so make sure you join us tomorrow at 3 p.m. But yeah, bye week coverage is still here. We're still putting out content. And hey, maybe something happens crazy over this bye week and you don't know about it? Well, now you do if you subscribe to the Chiefs Report. We appreciate you watching as always, and peace out.